Hello, this is Chris Struve, and I will be doing the impacts of the jet engine on society, the individuals, and future events. Before the jet engine, air travel for the individual was very limited by the engine of its time. This engine was the piston engine, also called the propeller engine. Piston engines were very limited by distance because they had to stop frequently and refuel. Another problem was the uncomfortable shaking caused by turbulence of the low altitude propeller planes fly at. Since 1934, there had been the need for a plane that could fly nonstop across the United States. The fastest propeller plane trip from New York to Los Angeles was about 17 hours long. However, this was just flight time and did not account for the multiple stops made to switch planes or to refuel. Measures were taken to provide extra comfort by adding sleeping quarters for the passengers during the long travel times. The dilemma was that a propeller engine plane big enough for sleeping spaces would be even bigger in size and travel even slower. As you can see, there was a definite need for something better than the propeller engine. It was not until 1930 when Sir Frank Whittle, an English aviation engineer and pilot, patented the first jet engine. You might be wondering what makes jet engines so much better than propeller engines. Well, today's commercial jet engines, up to 11 feet in diameter and 12 feet long, can weigh more than 10,000 pounds and produce more than 100,000 pounds of thrust. Jets are also able to climb higher and reach higher altitudes where there is much less turbulence to slow the plane down. It was the Pan American Airways that really took advantage of the jet engine, offering all kinds of direct flights around the United States, but also the first non-stop flight from New York to London. The trip from New York to London was affordable at about $272, the same price as a propeller plane trip across the Atlantic. Pan American was able to seat 111 passengers at first, which was the most passengers ever found aboard a single regularly scheduled flight. Of course, this number increased as new plane models with more seating came into the market. As time went on, people began seeing jet travel as more efficient and more cost-effective, thus gaining the general population's favor. The jet engine truly revolutionized air travel for the individual. No other way of travel is faster. Because of this invention, the world has become a smaller place for everyone. It has been said that the most important contribution from the jet engine has been the improved efficiency of civil and military air transport. However, there has been some negative effects to this society as well. George Haymont, a journalist with many postings in popular newspapers and magazines, writes an article about the influence of jet engines. Haymont refers to a few of today's health problems as a result of jet engines. First, Haymont declares that there are more patients entering the emergency rooms for treatment of barotitis, an inflammation in the ear caused by changes in atmospheric pressure. Then, because of mass transportation of foreign foods made simple by the jet engine, there has been more patients going to the emergency room for treatment of allergic reactions from food in restaurants. Another problem Haymont discusses is the well-known problem about pressurized cabins. While pressurized, the same air is circulated around and can pass germs more easily from one passenger to another. Finally, the last problem discussed was the increase in number of accidents due to the effects of jet lag on the nervous system. People are not supposed to drive, operate machinery, or do any other activity that could cause damage to themselves or others while feeling jet lagged. All of these problems can be traced back to the use of the jet engines, but they are the risks we take to have such a comfortable and fast way of travel. The jet engine has also impacted future events. Military and space travel have greatly benefited from the creation of the jet engine. Jet-powered war machines are very popular in the military. Fighter planes are all jet-powered. As far as speed goes, the jet engine has made it possible to break the sound barrier. The fastest manned jet airplane today is the SR-71 Blackbird at Mach 3.35 or 2,275 miles per hour. The fastest unmanned plane is the X-43, which has the ability to go Mach 10 or 10 times the speed of sound, about 6,800 miles per hour. The jet engine has also started some of the most significant advancements in space travel. It paved the way for the creation of rocket engines. Rocket engines use the same basic principles, but use a tank of oxygen because there is no oxygen in space. In conclusion, the jet engine is a very important technology that has become part of our culture. It has changed the way the world travels.